Imagine you're walking down a busy street. Suddenly, someone bumps into you and says something hurtful. You feel a sharp sting inside. Anger, sadness, maybe even revenge. Have you ever been in that moment? Have you felt that pain when someone's words or actions cut deeper than you expected? What if there was a way to respond that didn't make you feel worse, that helped you stay calm and strong instead? Imagine that instead of reacting right away, you take a moment to breathe and see the situation from a different view. What if you could learn to not carry the hurt inside you, to release it gently so it doesn't weigh down your heart? How much lighter would your days be if you didn't replay the pain again and again in your mind? In real life, these moments happen all the time. A friend might say something careless, a family member may disappoint you, or a stranger could be rude. These small wounds can pile up, building walls inside your heart that block peace and happiness. But Buddhism teaches us a simple and powerful way to face this pain, a way to heal, not by ignoring the hurt, but by understanding and changing how we respond. Welcome to Wisdom Writings, a place where ancient teachings meet everyday life. Here, you'll find guidance to help your mind stay peaceful even when life feels stormy. If you want to learn how to turn pain into strength, stay with us. Like this video if you find it helpful. Comment your thoughts below, share it with someone who needs this message, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these life-changing insights. Please drop down your thoughts and comments, and to stay positive till the video ends, type Namo Buddha, a simple reminder of peace and awakening. Now, let's begin our journey to understand what really happens inside us when someone hurts us, and what the Buddha's wisdom says about dealing with it. Often, the pain we feel is not just from others, but from how our mind holds onto the hurt. This holding on is like carrying a heavy bag everywhere we go. The more we cling to pain, the heavier the bag becomes. Buddhism teaches us that by gently opening this bag and looking inside, we can slowly take out the weight. When hurt comes, it is natural to feel upset. But what if we saw this pain as a message? What if pain showed us what we need to learn about ourselves, about kindness, and about letting go? Many times, people hurt us because they themselves are suffering. Recognizing this is not to excuse hurtful behavior, but to understand that pain often breeds pain. This first step is to notice the feeling without acting on it right away. The Buddha taught mindfulness, being aware of what is happening inside us without judgment. This awareness helps us create a space between the hurt and our reaction. In that space, we can choose a better way to respond, a way that frees us from endless suffering. So, as we continue, remember that your feelings are valid, but they don't have to control you. With each moment of awareness, you become stronger, more peaceful, and closer to true freedom. This video will share simple, powerful tools from Buddhism that anyone can use, no matter who you are or what you believe. Stay with us and prepare to change how you face hurt forever. When someone hurts you, the first moment is very important. The Buddha taught that before you act, before you speak, before your mind reacts, there is a space, a moment of awareness. This moment is like a silent pause in music. It may be very brief, but holds the power to change everything. Think of it this way. When a leaf falls in the forest, it makes a sound. But if your ears are not ready to listen, the sound disappears. Our mind is often like that. We hear the hurt, and immediately we react without listening or noticing what is really happening inside us. But if we learn to listen, truly listen, we find a place of calm in the noise. The Buddha said, "In the scene, there is only the scene. In the herd, only the herd." This means that if you can just see or hear what is happening, without adding stories, judgments, or feelings, you stay in peace. But most of us don't do this. When someone hurts us, our mind quickly jumps to stories. They did this to me because they hate me, or I will never trust this person again. These stories make the pain heavier. They feed the fire of anger or sadness. Imagine the moment someone says something mean to you. What happens inside? Your heart tightens. Your mind races. Your breath becomes short. This is the natural reaction. It is like a reflex. But here is the secret. The moment you notice this reaction, before you speak or act, you have a choice. This choice is the heart of mindfulness, the heart of the Buddhist teaching. Mindfulness means being awake to what is happening right now, without running away, without fighting, without hiding. It means simply seeing things as they are, not as we want them to be. When hurt comes, it can feel like a wave crashing on a shore. If you try to fight the wave, you may be thrown down, exhausted. But if you learn to stand with the wave, to feel it and let it pass, you remain steady. This steadiness is born from awareness. Awareness is not just seeing the other person's words or actions. It is also seeing your own feelings. I feel hurt, you say inside. I feel angry. I feel sad. Naming the feeling is powerful. It takes away some of its control. When feelings are unnamed, they grow wild like weeds in a garden. When named, they become small and manageable. Now imagine you are the gardener of your mind. When hurtful feelings arise, you notice them. You do not throw them away or push them down. You gently observe them. You watch how anger looks, how sadness feels. You do not let these feelings decide what you do. You hold them lightly, like watching clouds passing in the sky. This watching is not easy at first. The mind wants to grab onto pain and hold it tight. But with practice, it becomes natural. Slowly, the space between hurt and reaction grows wider. In this space, peace lives. The Buddha taught that suffering comes from craving and clinging. When someone hurts us, we often cling to the pain because we want justice or because we want the hurt to stop. But clinging traps us in a cycle of suffering. Awareness frees us from this trap. By practicing this awareness, you begin to understand that hurt is a feeling, not the whole truth. The hurt does not define you. The hurt does not control your mind. You are not your pain. In this calm space, you can choose how to respond. You may speak with kindness, or you may simply stay silent. You may forgive, or you may step away peacefully. The choice is yours, made with full understanding. The mind that reacts without awareness is like a wild horse running in the dark. It is hard to control and causes harm. The mind that is aware is like a gentle horse walking steadily in the daylight. It carries you safely through life's challenges. So how do we practice this awareness? The first step is to slow down. When you feel hurt, do not rush to react. Take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice your heartbeat. This simple act brings you back to the present moment. Next, observe your feelings. What do you feel? Where do you feel in your body? Is it a tightness in your chest? A heaviness in your stomach? Do not judge these feelings as good or bad. They're just signals. Then, bring your attention to your breath. The breath is your anchor. It never leaves you. Follow the breath in and out. Let it calm the mind like a gentle river washing stones. In this quiet space, ask yourself, what is really happening here? Is this pain permanent or just passing? How can I meet this moment with kindness? Sometimes, the answer is simple: to wait, to watch, to be patient. Sometimes the answer is to speak gently, to set a boundary, or to walk away with dignity. Remember, the Buddha did not teach to ignore pain or to accept harm without question. He taught wisdom, knowing when to act and when to be still. This awareness before reaction is a shield. It protects your heart from deeper wounds. It protects your mind from endless cycles of anger, blame, and regret. In time, with patience and practice, this moment of awareness becomes a habit. It becomes your first response to hurt, not your last. When you meet hurt with awareness, you see clearly. You see that the person who hurt you is also caught in their own pain and confusion. This does not mean you accept their actions, but you understand them. This understanding softens the sharp edges of hurt. As the Buddha said, hatred does not cease through hatred at any time. Hatred ceases through love. This is an unending law. But before love, there must be awareness. Love cannot grow in darkness. So, the first step when someone hurts you is to pause, to be aware, to watch your mind and heart without judgment. In that pause lies your freedom. In that pause lies your peace. In that pause, you become the master of your own mind. When you practice this every day, your mind becomes like a still lake, reflecting clearly whatever comes to its surface without disturbance. You will find that the hurt loses its power. The sharpness softens. The pain becomes easier to carry. This is not magic. It is simple, natural, and possible for anyone. The Buddha's first teaching after his awakening was about suffering and how to end it. Awareness is the doorway to that end. So, whenever hurt comes, do not rush into anger or sadness. Do not hold tight to pain like a treasure. Instead, be aware. Be mindful. Let your mind be like a calm witness, quietly observing without being pulled into the storm. This practice will protect you. It will heal you. It will free you. And slowly, you will learn to meet every hurt with the quiet power of awareness, the power to choose peace over pain. When someone hurts you, it is natural to ask, why did this happen to me? Why do they treat me this way? In the quiet moments of reflection, the Buddha's teaching of karma can help us understand the invisible threads that connect all events in life, including hurt. Karma is often misunderstood. Many think of it as a simple rule of cause and effect, like a cosmic punishment or reward. But karma is much deeper and gentler than that. It is not about good or bad people being judged. It is about how every action creates energy that moves through the world, shaping experiences for ourselves and others. Imagine throwing a pebble into a still pond. The pebble sinks, but it creates ripples that travel far across the water. Karma works the same way. Every action, every word, every thought sends out ripples, some calm, some stormy. When someone hurts you, that hurt is part of a ripple. It may have started long before you met that person. Perhaps they learned to hurt from others, or they're struggling with pain you cannot see. Karma is not about blame. It is about understanding that life is connected in many unseen ways. This connection means that the hurt you feel is not only about the other person's choice. It also reflects the web of causes and conditions that brought you both to this moment. Understanding karma helps us see the bigger picture. It invites us to step back from anger and blame. It invites us to feel compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves. When you know that actions create ripples, you begin to think about what ripples you want to create in the world. Do you want to add more pain? Or do you want to break the cycle with kindness? Breaking the cycle is the heart of Buddhist practice. It means that even when hurt comes to you, you choose not to respond with more hurt. This choice is not weakness. It is strength. It is wisdom. You become the still center in the middle of moving waves. The Buddha said, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think." This means that when hurt comes, how you think about it shapes your experience. If your mind holds on to anger and resentment, you create more ripples of suffering for yourself and for those around you. If you cultivate understanding and forgiveness, you create ripples of peace. Karma teaches us personal responsibility. It shows that we are not helpless victims of the past. We have the power to shape our future. This power begins with awareness, the awareness we spoke about before. When you are aware, you can see the choices in every moment. You can choose to let go of harmful thoughts. You can choose to respond with kindness. But karma also teaches patience. Sometimes the ripples take time to reach us. Sometimes we live with pain because of actions from long ago. This is why Buddhism teaches compassion for the present moment. Whatever pain you feel now is the result of many causes, but it does not have to be permanent. With every breath, you can choose a new ripple, a ripple of healing, a ripple of peace, a ripple of love. Think of yourself as a gardener. You cannot control the weather or all the plants around you, but you can choose what seeds to plant and how to care for them. Each kind thought, each peaceful action, each moment of letting go is a seed. These seeds grow ripples that touch many lives in ways you may never see. When someone hurts you, remember this. Their hurt comes from their own karma. Your response is your karma. You are not powerless. You're not a victim. You are a creator. This awareness brings freedom. It breaks the chain of endless pain passed from one person to another. It brings peace even in the face of hurt. The Buddha said that understanding karma leads to wisdom. Wisdom means seeing clearly the true nature of life, how everything changes, how everything is connected. When you truly see this, you stop holding on to anger. You stop wishing harm on others. You stop feeding the fire of pain. Instead, you open your heart to healing. You open your heart to compassion. This is the true power of karma. Not punishment or reward, but transformation. You transform hurt into understanding. You transform pain into peace. You transform your life. So, when you are hurt, take a moment to remember karma. Remember the ripples. Remember the invisible threads that connect you to the person who hurt you. This does not mean you accept the hurt or allow harm. It means you understand the deep causes. And with this understanding, you find the strength to respond differently. With kindness, with patience, with love. You begin to create new ripples. Ripples that bring healing to yourself and to the world. This is the path the Buddha walked. This is the path he invites us all to walk. Step by step, moment by moment, with awareness and compassion. When you walk this path, hurt no longer controls you. You control your mind. You control your peace. You become the calm in the storm. And in this calm, you find freedom. True freedom. When someone hurts you deeply, it is natural to want to hold on tightly to the feelings that arise. The pain, the anger, the sadness, they seem like part of who you are. You think, if I let go of this pain, will I lose a part of myself? Will I forget what happened? This is a common fear. But the path of peace is to learn the art of detachment. Detachment does not mean coldness or becoming distant from others. It does not mean ignoring your feelings or shutting your heart down. Instead, detachment means holding your feelings gently, like a leaf floating on water. You do not try to grasp the leaf or throw it away. You let it float freely. You watch it without needing to control it. When we hold on tightly to pain, it becomes a chain that binds us. We become prisoners of our own suffering. Our mind becomes heavy, and our heart closes. But when we practice detachment, we loosen the chain. We allow the pain to be there, but we do not let it define us. Imagine you have a cup filled with water. The water is your emotions. When the cup is full, it can overflow and make a mess. If you learn to hold the cup gently and pour out some water when it gets too full, the cup will not spill. You will feel lighter and calmer. This is the art of detachment in life. You do not stop feeling. You simply learn to hold your feelings without drowning in them. The Buddha showed us that suffering comes from attachment, from clinging too tightly to things, feelings, or ideas. When you cling to hurt, it grows bigger and stronger. Detachment is not about pushing away. It is about understanding that feelings are like clouds in the sky. They come and go. Sometimes the sky is dark with storm clouds. Other times it is bright and clear. If you try to catch the clouds, you will only tire yourself. But if you watch the clouds pass, you will see the sky's true nature, vast and free. When someone hurts you, your first thought may be to react. You may want to hold on to the hurt and protect yourself. This is natural. But if you practice detachment, you can say this pain is here now, but it will not last forever. I do not have to carry it with me always. The beauty of detachment is that it allows compassion to grow. When you are not tangled in your own pain, you can see others more clearly. You begin to understand that everyone suffers. Everyone is caught in their own fears, anger, and confusion. This understanding does not make the hurt easier, but it softens your heart. It allows you to wish well for the person who hurt you, even if you cannot be close to them. Compassion does not mean you accept harm or let others treat you badly. It means you see their pain as separate from your own. Many times, people hurt others because they are hurting inside. Their actions are a reflection of their own struggles, not a true measure of your worth. When you practice detachment, you learn to separate your own feelings from the pain caused by others. You no longer take their hurt as a personal attack. Detachment is like standing by a river and watching the water flow past. The river carries many things: leaves, branches, even stones. You do not try to catch the things that flow by. You let them move along naturally. Your mind is the riverbank, steady and strong. It is important to remember that detachment is a practice. It does not happen overnight. The mind will want to cling, to hold on, to push away. It will pull you into stories of blame, anger, or sadness. This is normal. The Zen master teaches us to return again and again to the present moment. When you notice yourself holding tightly to pain, gently remind yourself to let go. Breathe deeply. Feel your feet on the ground. Bring your attention back to now. Letting go does not mean forgetting or ignoring the lesson of the hurt. The hurt carries messages. It teaches you about your boundaries, your needs, your values. You learn to say yes and no wisely. Detachment gives you the space to choose how you want to live. Instead of being ruled by past pain, you decide to be free. Freedom is not a place you arrive at. It is a choice you make every moment. The Buddha said, "Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame." This strength comes from detachment, the ability to hold your ground inside, no matter what happens outside. When you practice detachment, you protect your peace. You create a sacred space inside where no hurt can enter without your permission. This space is your true home. Many people confuse detachment with indifference, but they are very different. Indifference closes the heart. Detachment opens it. It allows you to feel deeply, but without being overwhelmed. Imagine a mother holding her child. She loves the child deeply, but does not hold on so tightly that the child cannot grow. She lets the child explore, learn, and make mistakes. This is the way of detachment. Love without clinging. Detachment also helps you heal faster. When you stop feeding the pain with constant thoughts and emotions, it loses its power. You begin to feel lighter, clearer, and more peaceful. This does not mean you do not feel hurt anymore. Feelings will come and go. You become like a calm lake reflecting the sky. The surface may ripple, but deep down, it remains still. The practice of detachment invites you to become a witness to your own life. You watch thoughts, emotions, and events pass by without getting caught. This witnessing is freedom. Freedom is not being free from pain. It is being free in pain. It is being able to say, "This too shall pass," and truly believe it. When you let go without losing compassion, you transform hurt into wisdom. You learn to protect your heart and still keep it open. This balance is the path of the Buddha. So, the next time someone hurts you, remember this art. Do not hold on too tightly. Do not push away. Hold gently, breathe, and watch. Let the pain flow through like a river. Be kind to yourself and to others. In this way, your heart will grow strong, your mind will grow clear, and your spirit will shine bright. The path of detachment is not lonely. It is the path of great love, love for yourself and all beings. And in that love, hurt loses its grip and peace finds its home. When someone hurts you, the heart often closes. The mind grows tight, the breath shortens, and the pain seems to build walls around you. This is natural. When we are hurt, we protect ourselves. But in doing so, sometimes we forget one of the greatest teachings of the Buddha, loving kindness. Loving kindness, or metta as it is called in the Buddhist tradition, is a simple practice. It is a way of opening the heart, even when it feels broken or heavy. It is the choice to wish well not only for ourselves, but also for the one who caused the pain. This may sound strange at first. How can we wish well to someone who hurt us? How can we hold kindness in the same space as our hurt? The answer lies deep in the understanding of suffering. The Buddha taught that all beings want happiness and wish to avoid suffering. When someone hurts us, it often comes from their own pain, fear, or confusion. They act in ways that cause harm because they themselves do not know how to be free. When we practice metta, we start by recognizing this truth, that the one who hurt us is also caught in the web of suffering. This does not mean we accept the harm or ignore our own feelings. It means we see beyond the action to the heart of the person. Imagine your heart like a vast sky. The hurtful words or actions are like dark clouds passing through. They may cover the sky for a while, but they do not destroy it. The sky remains vast and open. Loving kindness practice helps us become the sky. It helps us let the clouds pass without becoming the clouds themselves. The practice of metta begins simply. We start by silently wishing ourselves well. We say in our mind, May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. This is not selfishness. It is the foundation. If our own heart is closed and heavy, it is hard to open to others. So first, we nurture kindness towards ourselves. Then, we extend this kindness to others, first to those who are easy to love, friends, family, people who bring us joy. We say silently, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. The true challenge and the true healing comes when we extend loving kindness to those who hurt us. We bring them into this circle of kindness, saying in our heart, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. This does not mean we pretend the hurt did not happen. It does not mean we deny our feelings. It means we hold space for all feelings and still choose to send kindness. In this way, loving kindness becomes a medicine. It heals the wounds inside us that pain and anger create. It softens the tightness of the heart and opens a door to peace. Many people find it difficult to practice metta when they are hurt. Their mind says, this person does not deserve kindness. But the Buddha's teaching is clear. Kindness is not about what others deserve. It is about what frees us. When we hold anger or hatred inside, it is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Loving kindness is the antidote. Through practice, the mind begins to change. The tightness melts. The weight lifts. We see the person who hurt us as a fellow traveler on the path, not an enemy. This does not mean you must speak to them or be close to them. Sometimes, loving kindness is simply a quiet prayer or wish from a distance. It is a gift you give yourself. When you send kindness to someone who has hurt you, you break the chain of pain. You choose freedom over bondage. This is powerful. This is true strength. The Buddha taught that all beings desire happiness. When someone hurts us, it is often because they have lost their way. They are lost in darkness, pain, and confusion. When we send them loving kindness, we send light into that darkness. We do not do this for them alone, but for ourselves. The heart that practices metta becomes like a gentle flame that does not burn but warms. It is steady, calm, and strong. Even in the midst of pain, loving kindness is possible. It is a practice of courage and wisdom. It is easy to love when life is smooth. The true test of loving kindness is to offer it when hurt runs deep. When you do this, you walk the path of the Buddha. You bring healing to yourself and to the world. The practice of metta changes how you see others and how you see yourself. It opens the door to forgiveness, not as weakness, but as strength. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or excusing harm. It means releasing the heavy burden of resentment so you can move freely. When you practice loving kindness, your mind becomes clear like a mountain lake. Disturbances ripple on the surface, but do not disturb the depth. You learn to hold both pain and kindness together. You learn to be kind even when it is difficult. This is the heart of true peace. In daily life, you can practice metta anytime, when you wake up, when you feel hurt, or before you sleep. Start by breathing deeply. Feel your heart open. Silently repeat the phrases, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be free. Then extend the phrases to others, friends, strangers, and those who hurt you. With each breath, feel the kindness growing inside you. You do not need to believe in any religion or special power to practice loving kindness. It is a natural way of healing that anyone can learn. The mind that holds kindness does not hold hate. The heart that loves is not trapped by pain. When you practice metta, you become a beacon of peace in a troubled world. The Buddha's path is not to escape pain, but to transform it. Through loving kindness, pain becomes a teacher, and the heart becomes a healer. So when someone hurts you, remember this practice. When anger or sadness rises, bring your mind back to kindness. Be patient with yourself. This is a journey, not a race. Every small step of kindness softens the heart. Every small act of loving kindness brings freedom. In this way, the Buddha's wisdom lives in you, gentle, powerful, and true. You are not alone on this path. Many have walked it before, many walk it now. With loving kindness, you join them. And with each breath, you move closer to peace. When someone hurts you, it feels like a sharp pain that stops your heart for a moment. The world seems colder, heavier. But what if this pain could be a teacher? What if, instead of breaking you, the hurt could help you grow stronger and wiser? This is the deep teaching of the Buddha, that suffering can become a path to awakening. Pain and hurt are part of life. They come to everyone. No one is free from them. But the Buddha showed that how we meet pain makes all the difference. When we resist pain, fight it, or bury it deep inside, it grows. It spreads like a shadow that darkens our days. But when we face pain with courage and open heart, we begin to transform it. Transformation means change, but not just any change. It is a change from suffering into peace, from confusion into clarity. It is a journey from feeling weak and lost to feeling strong and free. The first step on this path is acceptance. Acceptance does not mean you like the hurt or want it to stay. It means you see it clearly and say, "This is here now." When you accept pain, you stop fighting it. Fighting pain only makes it louder. Acceptance opens the door to healing. It allows your heart to breathe again. Imagine holding a thorn in your hand. If you squeeze your fist tight, the pain worsens. But if you gently open your hand, the thorn can be removed more easily. Acceptance is like opening your hand. It creates space for healing. The Buddha taught that all things change. Pain will not stay forever. It comes and goes like the waves of the ocean. Knowing this helps us to be patient and kind with ourselves. We do not need to rush to push pain away. We can hold it gently, like a child holding a small bird, careful and tender. Once you accept the hurt, you can begin to look deeply at it. This is where transformation grows. When you look deeply, you ask, what is this pain teaching me? What can I learn from it? Sometimes, pain shows us where we need to grow. Maybe it reveals fear we have been hiding. Maybe it shines a light on anger we did not want to see. Maybe it asks us to forgive someone or to forgive ourselves. In Buddhism, this deep look is called insight. Insight means seeing clearly with an open heart. It means understanding not just the surface, but the roots of our pain. When you have insight, the hurt loses some of its power. It becomes less frightening. It becomes a doorway to wisdom. You may wonder, how can hurt teach wisdom? Think of the bamboo plant. It bends with the wind, but does not break. The wind may be strong, but the bamboo grows stronger by bending. In the same way, pain bends our hearts, teaching us flexibility and strength. This flexibility is called resilience. It means being able to recover from difficulties. Buddhism teaches that resilience is built through mindfulness and compassion. Mindfulness keeps us aware of what is happening inside us. Compassion softens our hearts toward ourselves and others. With mindfulness, you watch your pain without being swallowed by it. You see it come and go like clouds passing in the sky. You do not try to stop the clouds. You just watch. With compassion, you treat yourself with kindness. You say, "It is okay to hurt. I'm not alone." Compassion is like a warm light that melts the ice of pain. When hurt comes from others, it can make us close our hearts. We build walls to protect ourselves. But these walls also block love and joy. The Buddha teaches us to break down these walls gently, using forgiveness and loving kindness. Forgiveness is not forgetting or saying what was done is okay. It is freeing yourself from the heavy burden of anger and resentment. Forgiveness lets you open your hands and release the pain you carry. Loving kindness means wishing well to yourself and even to those who hurt you. This may sound hard, but it is the most powerful medicine. Loving kindness heals wounds that anger cannot touch. As you practice acceptance, insight, mindfulness, compassion, forgiveness, and loving kindness, you begin to change. You change from someone controlled by hurt to someone guided by wisdom. This change is slow and gentle, like a flower blooming in spring. You may stumble, you may feel weak, but each step forward is growth. You learn that hurt does not have to destroy you. Hurt can be a doorway to awakening your heart. In this way, pain becomes sacred. It becomes a teacher, not an enemy. The Buddha's path is not about avoiding suffering. It is about transforming suffering. It is about waking up to the truth of life, that pain and joy live together like night and day. When you turn hurt into growth, you live with more peace. You live with more freedom. You find joy in small moments, even when life is hard. You become like a calm river flowing through the mountains, steady and strong, no matter what stones lie beneath. So, when someone hurts you next time, remember this teaching. Remember that the pain is not the end. It can be the beginning. Begin with acceptance. Hold your pain gently. Look deeply into it. Learn its lessons. Be mindful and compassionate. Forgive and open your heart. In this way, your pain will lead you to wisdom. Your hurt will become your strength. This is the beautiful path the Buddha showed us. The path from suffering to awakening. The path that turns hurt into growth. And on this path, you are never alone. The wisdom of the Buddha is always with you, guiding you, comforting you, helping you become free. When pain comes to us, it often feels like we're trapped inside a storm. The hurt pulls us in every direction. Anger, sadness, confusion. We feel small and weak, like victims caught in something bigger than ourselves. But what if I told you that you don't have to stay in this storm? What if you could become the calm observer, the quiet witness of your own pain? In the teachings of the Buddha, there is a simple but powerful practice to step back from a story, from the feelings, and watch them as they come and go. This is not about ignoring pain or pretending it does not exist. It is about changing our relationship with pain so it no longer controls us. Imagine sitting by a river. The water flows fast, carrying leaves, sticks, and sometimes dirt. You do not try to catch the water. You do not try to stop it. You just watch it. Sometimes the water is clear and calm. Sometimes it is muddy and rough. But it is always moving. It never stays the same. Our feelings and thoughts are like that river. When someone hurts us, the feelings rise like waves. They come strong, but they also go away. If we try to hold on to them, they become heavy and hard to carry. But if we watch them gently and without fear, they pass through us like water. To become a witness means to see what is happening inside us with kindness and without judgment. It means saying quietly to yourself, I see this feeling of anger. I see this sadness. I am here with it. This simple act creates space inside the mind. It is like opening a window in a dark room, letting fresh air in. When we watch our pain without trying to change it, something amazing happens. The pain begins to lose its sharp edges. It becomes softer. The mind stops fighting. It begins to heal. This practice is not easy. Our minds want to grab onto pain, to tell stories about why we were hurt, to blame others, to replay the moment again and again. But each time you notice this habit, you can gently bring your attention back to being the witness. The Buddha taught that we suffer because we cling. We cling to things, to people, and to feelings. When we hurt, we cling to the pain. But clinging is like holding a hot coal tightly. It burns us more than it burns others. By becoming the witness, we learn to hold that coal loosely. We may still feel the heat, but we are not burned by it. We see it clearly without being overwhelmed. You might wonder, how do I start being a witness? The answer is simple. Begin with your breath. When pain arises, take a slow, deep breath. Feel the breath moving in and out. Let your mind rest on this breath, like a calm bird sitting on a branch. As you breathe, notice the feelings in your body. Where do you feel the hurt? Is it in your chest? Your stomach? Your shoulders? Name the feeling softly. This is anger, or this is sadness. Naming helps you see clearly. Then, imagine watching these feelings as if you were watching clouds in the sky. They move, they change, and they will pass. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to hold on to them. This practice of mindful observation is like training a muscle. At first, it feels difficult. The mind wants to run away or to dive into the pain. But with patience, it becomes easier. You begin to notice moments of calm in the storm. When you practice being the witness, you start to see that pain is only one part of your experience. There are other things too: joy, peace, curiosity. The mind is bigger than any one feeling. You also begin to see that the person who hurt you is human too, with their own pain and confusion. This does not mean you accept harm or forget your own worth. It means you see life more clearly, with compassion for yourself and others. The more you watch without reacting, the more you build a quiet strength inside. This strength is not loud or forceful. It is gentle but steady. It holds you when the world feels harsh. This strength frees you from being a victim of pain. Instead, you become a master of your own mind. You choose how to respond, instead of being pulled by old habits. Pain may still come, but you will meet it with a clear mind and a calm heart. You will learn that pain is not permanent. It is a visitor that comes and goes. This understanding brings freedom. It brings peace, and it brings true healing. So, when someone hurts you next time, try this. Step back. Become the witness. Watch the feelings without fighting. Watch the thoughts without believing every story. This practice is like a seed. At first, it may seem small and fragile, but with care, it grows into a strong tree that shelters you from the storms of life. Remember, you are not your pain. You are the one who watches the pain. You are the one who can choose peace. This is the gift of mindfulness. This is the gift of being present. This is the path the Buddha showed us. It is simple, it is gentle, and it is powerful beyond words. The journey of dealing with hurt is not easy. It is a path many walk quietly, carrying unseen burdens. But now, at this moment, you have reached a place where something beautiful can happen, the place of true liberation. The Buddha called this freedom the end of suffering. It is the moment when you no longer carry the weight of pain inside your heart. When someone hurts you deeply, the natural desire is to hold on, to remember every word, every action, every sting. You may think that holding on will protect you, or that remembering will keep you safe from future harm. But this holding on is like carrying a heavy stone in your hand for years. It does not protect you. It only weighs you down. The Buddha taught us a way to put down that stone. This way is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about forgetting what happened or saying that the hurt was right. It is not about excusing harm or pretending pain does not exist. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself. Imagine a bird trapped in a cage. The door opens, but the bird does not fly out because it is afraid. Forgiveness is opening the door and choosing to fly free. It is a gift you give to yourself, first and foremost. When you forgive, you say to yourself, I will no longer be a prisoner of this pain. This freedom does not mean you must be close to the person who hurt you. Sometimes, forgiveness means distance, setting boundaries, or even walking away. But the anger and bitterness no longer control your heart. The Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. When you hold on to anger, the poison stays inside you. It harms your mind and body. Forgiveness is the antidote, a medicine that heals you from within. To forgive is to release. Release does not come overnight. It is a gentle process, like letting go of a bird you once held tightly. At first, your hands may tremble, your heart may ache, but with time, you feel lighter, freer, and more peaceful. Release is also a practice of love for yourself. You deserve to live without the heavy chains of anger, pain, and regret. You deserve a heart at peace. When you forgive and release, you create space inside you. This space is a quiet garden where peace can grow. It is a place where joy can bloom even after sorrow. But this freedom is not only for yourself. When you forgive, you open a door for healing in the world. Your peace touches others in ways you cannot always see. It spreads quietly, like sunlight breaking through the clouds. In Buddhism, this is called compassion, seeing the suffering of others and wishing them well, even when they have caused you pain. Compassion does not mean weakness. It means strength, the strength to heal rather than hurt, to build rather than destroy. This strength is found in understanding. When someone hurts you, they often act from their own pain, their own confusion. Seeing this is not always easy, but it opens the heart. You begin to see the person who hurt you not as an enemy, but as a fellow traveler on the path of life, carrying their own burdens. This understanding softens the heart. It creates space for forgiveness. As the Buddha taught, hatred ceases not by hatred at any time. Hatred ceases by love. This is an eternal law. Love here is not the romantic love many seek, but a deeper love, a love of kindness, peace, and understanding. This love begins in your own heart. It is the light that dispels the darkness of pain. When you practice forgiveness, release, and compassion, you step into your true power. You become the master of your own mind, the guardian of your own peace. This is the final liberation, the freedom from suffering caused by others' hurt. It is not a distant dream. It is a path you walk every day with every breath. Even when the past still stings, even when memories arise, you remember the space you have created within yourself. You return to awareness. You return to compassion. You return to peace. This journey teaches that hurt is part of life, but suffering is a choice. You can choose to suffer, or you can choose to heal. The Buddha's wisdom lights this path. It shows you how to let go of pain without losing your heart. Now, as you stand at this place of freedom, remember this. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the greatest strength. Release is not giving up. It is the greatest victory. And love, true love, is the power that will carry you through all hurt, all pain, all challenges. When you forgive, when you release, when you open your heart with compassion, you open the door to true peace. Walk through that door. Live in that peace. Be free. This freedom is your birthright. No one can take it away. No one can hurt you there. The Buddha's light shines in every heart willing to let go. May you walk this path with courage, with kindness, and with the deep knowing that peace is always within you. This is the end of your journey of hurt and healing, but it is only the beginning of your life of freedom and joy. Walk gently, walk peacefully, and may your heart be forever free.